Why isn't Jasmine Crockett in jail? And why does she get a police escort that prevents any kind of news reporter from questioning her? She is employed by us. She works for us.
Girl, you are a member representing the United States nation, your people. And you were acting like a hood rat piece of trash. Yep, I said it.
What's good, you all, and welcome on another episode. How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing fine. And if you're joining for the very first time, thank you as well for being here today. Jasmine Crockett is on the chopping list. She's receiving a lot of backlash, especially from Republicans who have been looking for an opportunity to come at Democrats so badly. She had called the Texas governor Hot Wheel, and that comment has been getting her dragged. Some are even saying that she has to step down and resign, that they do not want her to, still be in position. This is coming from people who have called Kamala Harris 304, people who have called Biden Dementia Joe or something like that. But now that she is calling the Texas governor Hot Wheel, they cannot take it. And there have been so many comments in the comment section of people addressing the situation, especially people from Texas saying, this is what we call him here, like he's a very known name. But so many Republicans are saying she's making mockery of people's disability and it is not fair. It needs to be charged. Some are even saying she has to be in jail for calling the Texas governor Hot Wheel. Put together the whole conversation. So without wasting much time, let's get straight into it.
Why isn't Jasmine Crockett in jail? And why does she get a police escort that prevents any kind of news reporter from questioning her? She is employed by us. She works for us. We are entitled to ask her questions. It is her responsibility to answer our questions. So, riddle me this. Did she not incite violence? And was there not 3 boom booms that happened literally exactly the way she instructed people to do against Elon Musk and Tesla? Come on, man. Why ain't this chick in jail? I mean, this is literally the most obvious incitement of violence I have literally seen. This is literal. Are we living in the Twilight Zone?
You're a fake, you're a fraud, and you're a ghetto garbage dumpster of a human being. And the fact that you are calling for violence against one of the top Texas men, and girl, you know, you're from Dallas. By the way, I'm from Houston. You know what that means. H-Town in the house, mother flipper.
It's obvious that any sudden movement that you try to make is going to put you into cardiac arrest. So calm down with the tough lady act, Mima. I really wish that people with parents who are siblings would break the cycle, because look what we get. Houston, Texas, the hometown of the Beyonce. Houston is very blue, just like Dallas is blue, just like San Antonio is blue, just like Austin is blue. Texas is the most voter suppressed state in the country. So don't let your false sense of confidence get you in trouble, Mima.
But anyway, I saw that you had security detail with you today. Girl, what's that about? You're all ghetto-fied. You're all Kamala impressioning it up. Yeah, girl, we out here in these streets. We just be acting crazy. Yeah, we ain't gonna put up with this shit. This and na. Girl, you are a member representing the United States nation, your people. And you were acting like a hood rat piece of trash. Yep, I said it. Said it, meant it, represent it.
Oh, there goes that false sense of confidence again, calling a highly accomplished, highly educated, multi-degree lawyer and congresswoman ghetto. From the comfort of your single wide with nothing to your name but that STI gifted to you by your cousin. These Republican females, like Mima here, pretend that they're outraged by the term Hot Wheels while shamelessly worshiping and voting into power men with documented histories of abusing women and children. Her president was found liable for sexually abusing a woman and even admitted that he walked into the dressing rooms of teenage girls on purpose so he could watch them undress. Her president even hosted Conor McGregor, a man who was found liable for forcing himself on a woman. The Republican Party has a problem with child predators. Why don't we see Mima here outraged at the child predators in her own party? It's because she votes them into power and she is complicit in the abuse of those women and those children.
Jasmine Crockett is making a lot of people upset because she made fun of that Texas governor's disability, but I think I know why she makes comments like these now. To be quite frank, the Republican Party gets handsomely rewarded for acting a fool, acting an ass, not being politically correct, and saying whatever the fuck they want to. Like, that is very compelling to voters right now. And so I think a lot of people, myself included, were like, well, maybe we need to fight fire with fire because the Republican Party is clearly doing something that's working. So why don't we have our own version of that? And I think she's trying to fulfill people's wishes when it comes to that. Now, I just seen Jamila say, I want my politicians to be focused on the work. Like, I don't want y'all to be over here trying to crack jokes and be influencers. I want y'all to be serious. Because it's taken away from what you're actually doing. And while because of this situation, I do agree with that take. I do feel like Jasmine Crockett miscalculated. I just think, though, that she's doing it just because people are asking for that. Like, I think people feel seen by that type of behavior because our government is a shit show. And it feels like the Democratic Party is bound by political correctness and being the upright, upstanding party that just turns the other cheek. And I think people have been calling for her and people like her to fight fire with fire. Like, I think that's why we're seeing it. Am I saying that it always works? No, but I think that's why she does it.
Wait, Nancy Mace can say actual slurs on the House floor.
And tranny, I don't really care.
And then threaten to fight Jasmine Crockett. And let's be so for real. It was very performative. She was showing out in front of her peers because she would not want to see Miss Jasmine in real life.
I am not a child. I am reclaiming my time. If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman, the committee is not.
Child, Nancy Mace is so damn ghetto. So she could do all that. No censure in sight. But Jasmine Crockett, off the clock, by the way, recently referred to Representative Abbott, who was in a wheelchair, as Hot Wheels. And now there's a formal censure resolution filed against her. Now, do I condone ableism and mocking people who live with disabilities? No, I do think it was wrong in that aspect. But the hypocrisy, and actually the larger issue being the misogynoir, is disgusting. And I want to make something very clear so that you guys understand the magnitude and the times that we're living in. Since 1789, only 28 members of the House have been censured with reasons ranging from sexual misconduct, bribery, and verbiage regarding Russian collusion in the 2016 election, and so many more heinous things. But 2 people have been censured within this year, and they're both Black people. Being censured is very similar to being impeached, which Trump has been impeached twice. It doesn't necessarily result in an expulsion or removal from your position. To do that, you would have to have a bipartisan majority vote of 2/3, which is not going to happen. But to censure someone and to bring forth a formal reprimand only takes a majority vote. And unfortunately, I do think that Jasmine Crockett will be censured from this. This is honestly just a real life, professional setting, a mirrored depiction of the prison industrial complex and the disparities that people of color face with longer sentences for similar crimes as our white counterparts. I feel like the racist and like white nationalist veil is finally being uplifted, and us as Black people, we're just like, walk on by. But sweethearts, I know we wanted a break, but it's time to take action. Boots. Blatant racism and unfair and unjust treatment have no spot or place in modern American society. And we should make that very clear.
Jasmine Crockett is one of the best things that has happened to politics in a very long time. Yeah, right. Now, sis, how you go from Harvard to hood overnight? Because at this point, you're definitely giving Kamala Harris 2.0. The cosplaying at this point is mind-blowing. And the level of disrespect that you displayed at that human rights event by calling Governor Abbott Governor Hot Wheels was totally diabolical. Now I know there's something called freedom of speech, right? But there's a time and a place for everything. And that was not the time nor the place. See, you can call me crazy if you want, but I feel like Jasmine Crockett is a puppet for the Democratic Party. And her job is to keep a lot of black women voting for the Democratic Party. But at this point, I feel like it's an absolute fail, because with her recent behavior and attitude, she is pushing a lot of people over from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party, because, baby, nobody's feeling her at this moment. But carry on, sis, because if you like it, I love it.
Look, y'all, they are determined to get us in an uproar. They're determined to get us in the streets. Now they are coming for our girl, Jasmine Crockett. Now they know we in the black community don't play about no Jasmine Crockett. But this is word on the street that Pam Barbie Bondi is passive aggressively threatening our girl Jasmine Crockett. Now, I was trying to enjoy some wings. Got my little ranch right here. Just trying to enjoy myself. Excuse me, y'all. We cousins now. So, you know how cousins do, family do. We get together. We just eat and enjoy. But, however, that bothered me, right? Because we know that Jasmine is the voice of today. And she's the voice that we don't get to be in Congress, right? They're determined. But let us all know, we will roll up on these folks about Jasmine Crockett. We're going to play by her, period.
Really want to touch on the whole Jasmine Crockett situation with her calling Governor Abbott Hot Wheels. So here's my real opinion on it. Do I feel like it was necessarily needed? Not really. But I will say this. I do feel like people are exaggerating it because they don't like Jasmine. And truth be told, some of the Republicans have said worse things. Marjorie Taylor Greene just insulted a British reporter. You guys can pull that up if you want to. And then also, I mean, Trump calls people names on a daily basis. So it's kind of like no one bats an eye for this. But somehow we're censuring Jasmine for calling him Hot Wheels. That's kind of weird, but then again, I feel like they would find any reason to do that to her because they already don't like her for being outspoken black woman. So I mean, it is what it is. I stand by Jasmine always. I don't care. Like, I stand by Jasmine. She's one of the leading people of the Democratic Party who are actually speaking out right now. So yes, I will stand by her through this, just like everyone else stands by Trump and all those other people who continuously say bad things and do not apologize for anything. Thank you.
The problem people had with Jasmine Crockett's Governor Hot Wheels comment is not because she's not yes sir, no sirring white people. It's not that she's passionate about this stuff and that she's fine being like one of the only Democrats not willing to like visibly and verbally just acquiesce to everything going on and be like, we can all be friends. That's not the fucking problem. The problem is that, yes, she wanted a moment. Why are we acting like we can't talk about that? Like, this is the thing I dislike about politicians, is that they're all, like, attention whores inherently. Like, you kind of have to be. You kind of have to want attention to be a politician. And people are saying, oh, but she actually does have co-sponsors. She co-sponsors stuff. She has sponsors on her jobs in the last 2 years. That's great. That's also what she's supposed to do. That's her job. Yeah. I actually do appreciate the fact that she has more passion than a lot of these other Democrats, because it's just like, are y'all here for anything other than the fucking check? My God. But saying that also doesn't mean that we can't be tired of people obviously wanting fucking moments and clips. Like, come on. We're all fucking adults. We all know exactly how it's going to play out. I'm pretty sure she's smart enough to know that this is going to get more attention on her. And maybe she's thinking it's going to get more attention on the things that she wants to talk about. But, like, you can't make that tweet saying, I wasn't really referencing him being in a wheelchair. It was about all these, like, programs he cut. Girl, no, you were making that comment because he's in a wheelchair. And apparently people were like, yeah, that's what we all call him here. It's like, because he's in a wheelchair. But, like, you can't make that statement knowing kind of the attention it would get, and then say, let's stop focusing on the distraction. Like, you played a part in creating the distraction. Like, there was obviously a lot of right backlash where they always go on like, why Democrats are not nice people, da, da, da. But like, I think that's bullshit. And I also do think that like when a lot of the Democrats' position in the last couple of years has been, look how terrible Trump is, look how terrible the Republicans are, they're terrible, mean, evil people. You inherently put yourself on a pedestal when it comes to behavior, and seeing people's response be like, why don't we just all fall in line and just support Jasmine no matter what, while also defending Jasmine that she doesn't fall in line and just toe the party line, is so ironic to me. It's actually a bad thing that all the people on the right will just defend whatever their representatives say, will defend whatever Trump says. That's not a good thing. We should not try to emulate that. Like, I'm going insane here. How many of you people even fucking live in the areas where she represents? I don't. I don't. And y'all are like defending bullshit. You don't even vote for this woman. How many of you can actually vote for this woman? Like, it's ridiculous. And seeing people like go back and forth with creators over it, and it's like, are y'all for real?
What do you guys think about the comments that Jasmine Crockett made? I actually think it is not nice to, make fun of people's disability, but then the most outrage is coming from people who have literally said the worst thing ever and haven't been held accountable for the things that they've said. But the moment she dropped the name, it was like they have been waiting. They said she's initiating violence. Like, there's nothing they haven't called her. They said she's ghetto. They've called her so many, insults that they threw at black people, but those ones are not new. I feel like black people are even tired of being called ghetto at this point, but they've called her anything, any insult you think these people call black people under the sun, they have literally referred to her as that. I feel like she miscalculated. She was trying to go fire for fire, but maybe in a wrong setting. But I still want to hear what you guys think about the comments that she made in the comment section. This person said, we definitely refer to him as that and have been. It's a literal running joke in Texas, and thousands of comments like this in people's comment section saying this is not even new, why are they acting this way? Another person said, coming from a person in Texas, we have always called him that. This one said, so MAGA supporters are mad at Jasmine Crockett for calling Abbott Hot Wheels, but are all here with Trump making fun handicapped reporter. Double standard, like the double standard is crazy. I love the fact that she represents the Democratic Party. She's just proving why the Republican Party won. Just saying. These are some of the comments from the Republican people. Another one says she speaks like a high school bully, not a Congress member. This are comments that the Republicans are saying, like, I literally insulted her with. Think of any name, they have been calling her that. The last one I have here said, I don't understand how they could even think about censoring Jasmine because she did nothing wrong. She has freedom of speech. She can say what the hell she wants to say, just like the orange man. I feel like yes, what she said might have been a bit bad and a bad timing, but the thing is, coming at her despite the fact that the people at the other party have said things even more worse than that without them batting an eye, is insane. It is the double standard that people are even coming from, because they are raging and calling her name, but they will never call out their own people when they make comments like that. What do you guys think about this whole conversation, and what do you think about them saying she has to be in jail, she has to resign? You guys, the double standard is just insane. Let me hear your take in the comment section. I will see you guys in the next one.